Step Liberty 1 Dime 1988 coin, 1988 Liberty 1 Dime. A coin's journey through time in 1988, the United States Mint continued the long tradition of producing the Roosevelt dime, officially known as the Liberty 1 Dime. This 10-cent coin features the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, honoring his leadership and his role in founding the March of Dimes to combat polio. Struck in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver D, and San Francisco S. The 1988 dime was minted in high numbers, with over 1.3 billion produced. Philadelphia and Denver coins were for general circulation, while the San Francisco versions were proof coins, made for collectors. Geographically, these coins traveled nationwide and globally, used in daily commerce during the final years of the Cold War, in vending machines, phone booths, and pocket change. In circulated condition, 1988 dimes hold minimal numismatic value, typically worth their face value. However, in uncirculated MS65 or higher condition, or as proof coins, they can fetch between $1 to $5, depending on quality and mint mark. The San Francisco proof coins, struck in a mirror finish, are especially prized by collectors, though common. The 1988 Liberty Dime is a piece of everyday American history, a quiet witness to an era of transition. Would you like this adapted for video narration or a classroom presentation format? Second step, 1970 Liberty 1 Dime. Coin. The 1970 Liberty 1 Dime, more commonly known as the 1970 Roosevelt dime, is a small but significant piece of American coinage history. Introduced in 1956, the Roosevelt dime honors President Franklin D. Roosevelt. By 1970, the design featuring his left-facing profile, the word liberty, and the motto "In God We Trust" had become a U.S. staple. In 1970, dimes were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver D, and San Francisco S4 proof coins. The San Francisco Mint produced a special 1970 S proof coin, often found in mint sets. Circulated 1970 dimes show signs of wear and are typically worth face value, unless in high grade. Uncirculated versions, especially the 1970 S proof, can be worth more to collectors, ranging from a few dollars to over $10 in pristine condition. Composition: copper nickel clad, post 1965, diameter 17.91 ohm, weight 2.27 grams. There are no silver dimes from 1970. All were clad, making any silver-colored 1970 dime likely a mistake or a counterfeit. The 1970 Liberty 1 Dime may seem ordinary, but for numismatists, every date tells a story of history, design, and American pride. Would you like this as a video voiceover script or an infographic format as well? Liberty 1 Dime coin from 1994. The Liberty 1 Dime from 1994 is more than just a small, everyday coin. It's a product of American history, economic policy, and artistic tradition. While it might seem ordinary at first glance, the story of the 1994 dime spans decades of evolution in U.S. coinage, from its artistic design to its role in commerce and collectors' markets. Whether circulated or in mint state, each coin holds a tiny piece of American legacy. This guide explores the historical background, design elements, geographical minting data, circulation versus uncirculated conditions, and other important aspects of the 1994 Liberty Dime. The dime, worth 10 cents, has been part of US coinage since 1796. The term dime derives from the French word dime, meaning 10th part. Over the centuries, several designs have graced the dime, but the current design featuring Franklin D. Roosevelt dates back to 1946, a tribute to the president's efforts in founding the March of Dimes to combat polio. The 1990 presidency of Bill Clinton, in a relatively stable economic period, it continued the use of the Roosevelt design, now an iconic and enduring face of U.S. coinage. In 1994, dimes were minted at the following U.S. mint facilities. Coins minted in Philadelphia carry no mint mark. Mint produced hundreds of millions of dimes in 1994. Dimes with the D mint mark were struck in Denver, Colorado. Also contributed a significant number of coins to circulation. Produced proof coins only for collectors. These coins have an S mint mark and are struck with a highly polished finish for uncirculated sets. Portrait: Franklin D. Roosevelt, facing left, Liberty along the left rim. In God We Trust below Roosevelt's chin. Year: 1994. Mint mark, if present, to the left of the torch. Near Roosevelt's neckly torch: Liberty olive branch, peace oak branch. Strength and independent United States of America, e pluribus, unum Latin, out of many. 1 dime mint mark. Circulation: 1.3 billion Denver to circulation, 1.2 billion San Francisco S proof, 2.5 million. These figures indicate extremely high circulation, making the 1994 dime common in circulated condition. However, high-grade mint state or proof coins may still attract collectors. Common value: face value 10. Coins in average wear are abundant and not generally worth more than face value unless errors or varieties are involved. Ms. 602 MS67 plus mint state coins are valued higher. Value range as of 2025. MS60, 25 cents. $7.5, Senora 60 $3, OOM 67 plus, can range from $10 to $50 plus, depending on quality, luster, and demand. Proof coins, San Francisco Mint generally worth $1 to $3, depending on condition and packaging. Coins in full bands, sharp strike on the torches bands are more desirable among collectors in command. Premiums. The value of an uncirculated 1994 dime largely depends on coin grading, which is Sacioveral I appeal grading is typically conducted by professional services like PCGS or NGC, where MS Mint state grades range from MS60 to MS70. Composition 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel, outer layers. Bonded to a pure copper core. Diameter 17.91 m. Weight 2.268 grams. Edge reeded 119 reeds. These coins are not silver. US dimes made after 1965 are clad and contain no silver content. The Roosevelt dime has remained virtually unchanged since 1946. The 1994 edition had no major errors, but die cracks, off-center strikes, or double dies can occur and may command premiums. Some collectors enjoy assembling complete year sets, including all mint marks and proof versions of each year. Common in general circulation. The 1994 dime is very common and not rare. Collectible, proof coins and high-grade, uncirculated dimes with full bands or grading MS67 and up are sought after. Best for beginners starting a Roosevelt dime collection, bulk collectors or dealers looking for high-quality clad dimes, those assembling complete day-tan mint mark sets. While the 1994 Liberty One dime might not carry extraordinary value in everyday pocket change, it remains a proud part of the U.S. coinage tradition. Its enduring Roosevelt design, robust mintage, and subtle variations make it a coin of interest for hobbyists and historians alike. Whether you're examining one under magnification for collector value or simply appreciating its role in everyday commerce, the 1994 dime stands as a tiny, powerful symbol of American heritage. Would you like a printable version of this script or a collector's checklist to go with it? 1997 Liberty One dime coin, known officially as the 1997 Roosevelt dime. The 1997 Liberty One dime is a small yet significant coin in the history of United States currency, commonly referred to as the Roosevelt dime. This coin has been in continuous production since 1946. The 1997 edition of this 10-cent piece continues the legacy of honoring Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, for his role in leading the country through the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his commitment to combating polio through the March of Dimes campaign. Despite its modest face value, the Roosevelt dime is a coin rich in history, artistry, and economic symbolism. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, 1 year after Roosevelt's death. The U.S. Mint chose to honor Roosevelt by replacing the winged Liberty head, commonly miscalled the Mercury Dime, with his image. The dime denomination was chosen specifically because of Roosevelt's association with the March of Dimes, a grassroots fundraising effort to fight polio. The coin has undergone only minor changes since its inception, maintaining the same design, composition, except for changes in metal content. An overall structure, portrait, Franklin D. Roosevelt, facing left. Designer, John R. Sinnock, Chief, engraver of the U.S. Mint Liberty, along the left rim, and God We Trust, below Roosevelt's chin date, 1997, on the lower right mint mark, located just above the date. D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, S for San Francisco, initials JS for John Setmanek, near the base of Roosevelt's neck torch in the center, symbolizing Liberty Olive Branch. On the left, symbolizing Peace Oak Branch. On the right, symbolizing strength and independence. Inscriptions E pluribus, UNUM, Latin for out of many. 1 dime denomination. At the bottom, composition, clad coin with outer layers, 75% copper, 25% nickel core, 100% copper. Weight 2.268 grams. Diameter 17.91 amige, reeded 118 reeds. The 1997 Roosevelt dime was minted at 3 major U.S. mint facilities. Mintage 1,203,500,000 coins from Philadelphia are marked with a P mint mark. 991,520,000. These coins bear the D mint mark. Mintage 2,055,000. These are high-quality proof coins, made specifically for collectors, featuring a mirror-like background and frosted design elements, marked with an S mint mark. Total mintage across all facilities, over 2.19 billion dimes, making the 1997 edition extremely common in circulation. The 1997 Roosevelt dime was mass-produced for circulation and used in everyday transactions. Where visible, wear on Roosevelt's hair, face, and torch details. Color may have dulled luster, dark toning, or greenish oxidation spots. Value typically 10 cents. unless in extremely high-grade circulated condition. Most circulated examples are worth face value due to their high availability. However, errors, for example, off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchettes, may increase value significantly. Uncirculated coins are those that were never used in everyday transactions and show no signs of wear. These are sought after by collectors. Coins are graded from MS60 entry-level uncirculated to MS70 perfect. Flawless coin, MS60, MS63, minimal eye appeal. Bag marks possible value around 25 cents to $0.50. MS64, MS66, moderate luster. Few contact marks, 75 cents to $2. OOM67, S68, high-end grades with excellent luster and almost no visible marks can fetch $5 to $1.20. MS69, MS70. Very rare for business strike dimes. Extremely high value if certified proof coins are made. For collectors using specially polished dies and planchettes appearance, mirror-like fields with frosted devices, cameo effect, PR67, PR69, common, worth about $1, $3. PR70 DCAM, deep cameo, perfect proof, may be valued up to $10, $20, while 1997 Roosevelt dimes are generally straightforward. Some error coins can add significant value if you suspect you have an error coin. Professional grading and authentication via PCGS or NGC is recommended. While the 1997 Roosevelt dime is not rare, it's a necessary piece in completing any detainment collection of dimes from the modern era. Its value lies more in high-grade or proof condition and in potential errors than in base metal content or rarity. Fills a key spot in Roosevelt dime albums. Affordable entry point for beginner collectors. Available in rolls and mint sets. Value about post-World War II U.S. coinage. Attribute tales. Coin name 1997 Roosevelt dime. FIS. Value $0. 10 composition copper nickel clad mint marks. P. Philadelphia. D. Denver. S. San Francisco. Proof total mintage over 2.19 billion. Common value 10 cents in circulation. Up to $20 plus 4 MSPR 70. Examples designer John R. Sinnock. Special notes. Deep cameo proofs. Error coins may carry premiums. The 1997 Liberty One dime is more than just a small piece of pocket change. It is a miniature tribute to a towering figure in American history and a reflection of the nation's enduring commitment to democratic ideals, economic recovery, and public health. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just found one in your change jar, every Roosevelt dime tells a piece of the American story. Would you like me to help you identify a 1997 dime you own, or check if it's potentially valuable? You can upload a photo, and I'll examine it. 1969 Liberty One dime coin, which refers to the U.S. Roosevelt dime minted in 1969. In the vast world of American coinage, small denominations often hold significant historical, cultural, and economic value. Among them is the humble Liberty One dime, specifically the 1969 edition, though it may appear modest in size and worth. The 1969 Roosevelt dime carries a story that spans across decades. Mints and metal reforms reflecting the heart of American history through its metal, mint marks, and movement across the nation. In 1969, America was at the height of the Cold War, immersed in the Vietnam conflict, and watching the Apollo 11 mission land the first humans on the moon. The year marked a time of change, innovation, and political turbulence. The Roosevelt dime had already been in circulation for 23 years by then. First introduced in 1946, the dime was issued to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. FDR's portrait replaced the winged Liberty head, popularly known as the Mercury Dime, and symbolized his enduring legacy, especially his founding of the March of Dimes to combat polio. Designed by John R. Sinnock, chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, the Roosevelt dime was meant to embody Roosevelt's strength and commitment to American ideals. The 1969 Roosevelt dime, like its counterparts from 1965 onward, was minted without silver. This was a significant departure from pre-1965 dimes, which were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, due to rising silver prices and coin shortages. The U.S. Mint introduced the clad coinage system in 1965. The 1969 dime is made of outer layers, 75% copper, 25% nickel, a cupronical alloy core, pure copper. This sandwich-like composition gives the coin a silvery appearance while using less precious metal, helping the mint control costs and improve coin availability. Obverse front portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Facing left inscriptions, Liberty, in God We Trust. The year 1969, designer initials JS4 Johnson. Torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, olive branch, peace to the left, oak branch, strength, and independence to the light. Inscriptions. The 1969 Roosevelt dime was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; San Francisco, S mint mark. Proof only. Mintage numbers 1969. Philadelphia 145,7 9 0,00001 9 6 9D. Denver 563,323 870 1969 S. San Francisco. Proof only 2,934,631. The Denver Mint contributed the overwhelming majority of coins, signifying its central role in commercial circulation. The San Francisco Mint focused on proof coins, created specifically for collectors with high-quality finishes and mirror-like surfaces. Dimes from 1909 that have been in circulation for years show varying degrees of wear and tear. Common issues: worn rims, flattened relief, dull surfaces, and scratches. Circulated 1969 dimes are worth face value, unless they possess an error, for example, double die off-center strike. Collectability, low, except in very fine or near extra fine condition with unique features. Graded on the Sheldon scale, MS62 MS70, MS62 MS63, mint state but may have minor nicks or dull luster mess. 64 to MS66, high quality, great strike, minimal blemishes. M67 and above, superb, I appeal. Pristine, rare at high grade. 65 examples may fetch $5–10 depending on the market. Proof versions 1969S with a deep cameo designation are valued higher, particularly if graded PR68 or above. Collectors often seek rare error coins or varieties that deviate from the standard minting process. Off-center, strikes clipped, planchettes, double die, Obverse extremely rare transitional errors, not officially recorded for this year but always watched for. While none of these are widespread for the 1969 dime, error coins from this period are desirable and can significantly increase in value. The dime has always been a workhorse coin in American commerce, small in size but essential in everyday transactions. In 1969, the Roosevelt dime circulated widely across all U.S. states and military bases abroad. These coins were used in vending machines, laundromats, and everyday purchases. Geographically, the coins minted at Denver served western and central states. While Philadelphia coins covered the eastern U.S., the proof coins from San Francisco were sold directly to collectors and did not enter circulation. The 1969 Roosevelt dime is not a rare coin, but it holds historical significance. It is part of a broader series that has remained largely unchanged for over 75 years. The simplicity and integrity of its design, along with the connection to FDR's leadership, makes it a cherished item in every beginner's coin collection. Collectors today seek high-grade mint-state coins, MS66 or higher proof coins with strong cameo contrast, PR68 or higher FLL, bands designation on the reverse torch, sharp horizontal lines, a sign of a strong strike. The 1969 Liberty One dime is more than a sliver of metal. It's a mirror to its time. It tells of a nation at the brink of technological triumph, social revolution, and enduring tradition, whether worn by decades of commerce or sealed in a collector's slab. The 1969 dime carries value far beyond 10 cents. It carries a piece of American spirit. If you'd like a visual chart, valuation table, or grading image guide, I can add that too. Kennedy half dollar marked a historic turning point in American currency. From a shift in silver content to its long-term role in coin collecting, the 1971 edition is the start of a new era. Today we'll explore everything about this iconic coin, from its origins to its rarest varieties and most valuable errors. The Kennedy half dollar was first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy, shortly after his assassination, but by 1971, a major change occurred, one that would shape the coin's future forever. The 1971 Kennedy half dollar was the first in the series to be struck in copper-nickel clad, completely eliminating silver from circulation coins. From 1965 to 1970, coins contained 40% silver. The U.S. Mint responded to rising silver prices by switching to copper-nickel clad composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This marked the beginning of a fully base metal coinage era for the half dollar, while silver gave way to affordability. This change also separated the Kennedy half dollar's past from its future, and collectors quickly took notice. The 1971 Kennedy half dollar was produced in 3 U.S. mints. Philadelphia no mint mark, over 155 million struck. No mint mark appears on the Obverse. Denver D mint mark, over 302 million struck. D mint mark below Kennedy's neck on the Obverse. San Francisco S mint mark proof coins, only for collectors, over 3,000,1971 S proofs produced. Mint mark location on 1971 coins. The mint mark is located on the Obverse, just below Kennedy's neck truncation and above the date. Feature 11.34 grams diameter, 30.6 imagery to Obverse. Designer Gilroy Roberts. Portrait of JFK reverse. Designer Frank Gasparro. Presidential seal by 1971. Public demand for half dollars in commerce had declined. Though produced in high numbers, the The coin circulated less widely than its predecessors, found mainly in bankrolls, casino tokens, and collector albums. Many were hoarded due to lingering interest in Kennedy memorabilia face value for heavily circulated coins today. Mint state coins, MS60, MS67, are common, but higher grades are rare. Mint sets released by the U.S. Mint contained brilliant uncirculated coins. A few MS67 Plus examples exist, and command strong premiums, though millions were struck. Certain 1971 Kennedy half dollars stand out for their rarity and value, especially when errors or special finishes are involved. 1971D struck on 40% silver planchette error. Not supposed to exist. Silver planchettes from 1970 were accidentally used in Denver. Weighs 11.5 grams, instead of 11.34 grams standard clad value. $3,000 to $10,000 plus, depending on grade only. Few dozen confirmed examples exist. Tip: use a precise scale or specific gravity test to check if your 1971D might be silver. Struck in San Francisco for collectors only. Mirror-like fields with frosted devices equals deep cameo graded PR69 DCAM or PR70 DCAM. These can fetch $100, $300 plus 1971 doubled die obverse or reverse. Rare doubled varieties exist, but are difficult to spot. Look for doubling in the inscriptions. In God We Trust Liberty, United States of America value depends on severity and grade. $100, $500 plus. Most 1971D coins are poorly struck or bagmarked a true gem. Example with sharp details and few marks is rare PCGS MS67 coins can sell for $500 to $1,500 plus proof. VGX F50 cents, $0. 50 North AAU, 581.21 2N, AMS, 634.65 $810 20 Ms, $65.15 $2,520 $4,030 $60. DCAMMS 67 rare, $400. $1,000 plus NAPR 69 DCAMN, and $100 Australian dollars $250 silver. Aaron $3,000 Australian dollars, $10,000 plus NA. If you're collecting 1971 Kennedy half dollars, here are some smart strategies. Weigh your coins. Silver planchette errors are slightly heavier. Inspect for DDO. DDR. Use a 10x magnifier to check for doubling. Seek deep cameo proofs. San Francisco proofs with strong contrast are valuable. Buy graded coins. Certified coins from PCGS or NGC offer authentication and value assurance. Store carefully. Use airtight holders or albums to prevent tarnish and wear. Buy. The 1971 Kennedy half dollar may mark the end of silver in circulation, but it also begins a new chapter, one filled with hidden gems, valuable errors, and a rich story of American history. Whether found in a forgotten roll or shining in a slab, these coins continue to captivate collectors around the world. The Kennedy half dollar remains one of the most iconic coins in American history, symbolizing hope, tragedy, and national pride. In this episode, we explore the 1974 Kennedy half dollar, a coin that seems ordinary, but hides valuable varieties, mint heirs, and unique stories. Let's dive into the coin's history, geography, mint marks, composition, and uncover the rarest and most expensive 1974 half dollars. By 1974, the Kennedy half dollar had been in circulation for a decade. Silver had been removed from circulation, coins, starting in 1971, but the half dollar still carried emotional weight as a tribute to JFK. 1974 was a copper-nickel clad year. No silver in standard coins the U.S. Mint produced. Kennedy halves primarily for circulation. Although proofs and uncirculated mint sets were also released, the public continued to hoard half dollars. So, actual circulation was limited. The bicentennial design was already in preparation for 1975-76, making 1974 the last year of the regular reverse before the special commemorative series. Featured ATL's designer O.B. Gilroy Roberts, JFK portrait designer Rev. Frank Gasparo, presidential seal, composition 75%, copper 25%, nickel over pure copper, core weight 11.34 grams, diameter 30.6, Amedge mint marks D. Denver, S. San Francisco, none Philadelphia, over 201 million struck found without any mint mark, Denver D, mint mark over 79 million struck D, appears below Kennedy's neck, San Francisco S mint mark, only proof coins for collectors over 2.6 million, made sold in 1974 proof sets widespread mintage meant most 1974, coins entered circulation still common in circulation today, but usually worn value, 50 cents to $1, unless rare or an error. Found in original mint sets or preserved rolls, MS65 or higher grades are hard to find, especially from Denver proofs from San Francisco were never meant to circulate struck with mirrored fields and frosted devices. Some proofs have deep cameo decam, Designation, highly collectible best condition graded PR69 DCAM or PR70 DCAM. Millions of 1974 Kennedy half dollars were minted, but a few have become hidden treasures worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. Let's explore the rarest and most valuable, the most famous and valuable 1974 Kennedy era strong doubling on. In God We Trust, Liberty, possibly. Kennedy's eye or profile, use a 10x loop or microscope, look closely at trust. For doubling on the S&TMS, 60MS63, $100, $250. MS65, $400, $100 plus top condition MS66 plus, $1,500 fact. PCGS calls this variety FS101, and only a few hundred are known to exist in higher grades. Proof coins with highly frosted devices and deep mirrored fields, PR69 DCAM, is common but valuable. PR70 DCAM is rare and top-graded value. PR69 DCAM, $20, $40, PR70 DCAM, $100, $300 most 1974. Half dollars have bag marks or weak strikes. MS67 examples, especially from Denver, are extremely rare, graded by PCGS or NGC value. MS65, $10, $30, Ms. 66, $50, $150, MS67, $300, $1,000, very low population, rare mint errors, add value. Off-center coins with readable dates are desirable depending on percentage. Off-center and condition, $50, $300 plus variety, grade value estimated circulated 1974 P or D. 50 cents $1 Ms. $63 $5 $10 MS. $6,520 40 Ms. 67 P or D. $300, $1,000 plus 1974 S. Proof PR69D CAM $30. Thixo 1974S, Proof PR70D CAM $150, $300 plus 1974D. Doubled die Obverse $100, $1,500 plus depending on grade off-center mint. Error $50, $300 plus. How can you build a valuable 1974 Kennedy half-dollar collection? Here's what to look for. Check mint marks. 1974D has the famous DDO. Learn its diagnostics. Search proof sets. 1974S proof coins with deep cameo contrast are valuable. Grade matters. Invest in MS66 plus or PR70 coins if possible. Use tools. 10x, magnifier, coin scale, and grading guides are essential. Certify rare finds. Send suspected errors to PCGS or NGC for authentication. At first glance, the 1974 Kennedy half dollar might seem like just another coin, but behind its modest face value lies a treasure trove of history, errors, rare finishes, and opportunities for collectors. Whether you're hunting for that elusive doubled die or preserving a pristine proof, this coin is a key piece in the modern numismatic puzzle. The last step in the grand timeline of American coinage, the Kennedy half dollar stands as a tribute to a fallen leader and a cornerstone of modern collecting. The year 1972 may seem like just another clad year, but it holds hidden rarities, valuable errors, and a rich legacy in U.S. numismatics. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, let's explore the 1972 Kennedy half dollar, its history, production, geography, value, and collector insights. Created in 1964, just months after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, the half dollar bearing his image was an instant icon. By 1972, the coin was in its 9th year of issue, and the United States Mint had fully transitioned from silver to copper-nickel clad composition. No silver content in regular issue coins since 1971, high mintage due to continued public interest. Despite reduced use in daily commerce, still carried the original presidential seal reverse. Designed by Frank Gasparro, the 1972 Kennedy half dollar was minted at 3 U.S. locations, each playing a unique role. Over 153.8 million struck no mint mark on the Obverse common in circulation and rolls. Over 141 million struck D, appears just below Kennedy's neck produced for circulation. Some uncirculated examples exist in mint sets. Over 3.2 million struck, only available in 1972 proof sets. Highly collectible for their mirror finish and cameo contrast. Featured Dale's Roberts John F. Kennedy portrait, reverse design. A Frank Gasparro presidential seal composition, copper nickel clad, 75% C, 25% Ni over copper weight, 11.34 grams diameter, 30.6 image rated. Although millions of 1972 half dollars were struck, most ended up in bankrolls, casinos, or personal stashes, rarely seen in actual day-to-day transactions. Typically show signs of wear and scratches. Face value, 50 cents $1. Unless error or high-grade example found in mint sets or original Federal Reserve bankrolls grades. MS60, MS65 are common. MS66 and higher become rare and significantly more valuable, minted only for collectors. High-quality mirror surfaces with frosted cameo contrast. Most valuable when graded PR69 DCAM or PR70 DCAM. Now let's reveal the crown jewels of 1972, the rare varieties, valuable mint errors, and high-grade coins that make this year's Kennedy half-dollar series so. FG initials Frank Gasparo normally appear near the eagle's tail on the reverse. Sometimes polishing of the die removes the initials completely. No FG to the right of the tail feathers. Between the leg and wing, circulated examples $50, $150. MS63 or better, $300, $750 plus. Rare and top-grade MS65 plus proof. Only coin from San Francisco. Frosted devices with deep mirror fields. High eye appeal for collectors. PR69 DCAM. $20, $40 PR70 DCAM. $150, $300 plus. Most coins have minor scratches or weak strikes. MS66 coins are scarce. MS67 plus are extremely rare value. MS65, $10, $20. MS66, $75, $200. MS67, $400, $1,200 plus. Low population, misaligned or incomplete strikes are worth a premium, especially valuable when the date is fully visible. Range from $50 to $500 depending on severity and grade. Variety/grade estimated value circulated P or D. 50 cents dollar, 1 Ms. $6 $3 $5, 10 Ms. $6 $5 $10 25 Ms. $6 $6 $75 200 Ms. $6 $7 $400 $1,200 plus 1972D. Nuefige, Mi 63. Mi 65, $150, $750 plus 1972S. PR 69, jam $30 $60197 PR 70 jam $150 $300 plus. Off-center broad strike $50, $500 plus. Best chance with Denver Mint coins. Use a magnifying glass or macro lens, especially MS66 plus and PR70. Low population coins are key to long-term value. Look for coins graded by PCGS or NGC. Authentication increases resale value, and buyer trust. Coin microscope digital scale. 11.34 grams standard magnet test should not stick. Clad is not. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar may not have the silver shine of its early years, but it still commands attention in the collector world. From rare no FG errors to pristine deep cameo proofs, this coin year holds its own as a rewarding and educational entry into U.S. numismatics. Whether you're coin roll hunting, upgrading your registry set, or chasing that perfect DCAM, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is a piece of history you can hold in your hand.